Excellent. Hello, everybody. This is Scott and Grace here at Agile Festival. And this is the first of our town halls. We're going to do 3 town halls on Tuesday, 1 on a Saturday. We might do more if they're fun and people turn up. What the idea of the town halls are, we're going to use lean coffee, a lean coffee format. And that really allows everyone to ask questions and put anything in they want in any format. I've put the lean format details onto the Facebook, so the details are there. And we're just going to onboard everyone, get some questions going, and we'll publish the outcome. Hi, Steve. Just good morning. Just to say, we are live on Facebook, and we are also recording this. I'm going to I can't hear you, Steve. Is your mic on?
My mic is on.
Brilliant.
And good morning, everyone. My puppy woke me up about 15, 20 minutes ago. I forgot all about this. It's 3 a.m. my time, and this is my bathrobe. So I wish you weren't recording, but it's okay. It's good to meet you, Scott. And Grace, hello. How are you?
Hi, Steve. Quite early over there. And you're up.
What a pleasure.
Where are you? Where are you today?
Oh, I'm just outside of Washington, D.C.
Okay, that's good. We were trying to find some time zones that fitted people, and we thought this one might fit the Australians more, or people with puppies in Washington, D.C.
There you go. The people that just can't seem to get any sleep. So.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we've got such a wide network, and we are a bit global. So we thought if we did an early one and then a later one, and then one during the day and then one at the weekend, we'd try and get to something that we can support everyone.
No. I know it's challenging being so international, which is amazing.
Well, it's a good problem to have.
Has anyone managed to log into the Lean Coffee board?
Yep, I have.
Yeah.
Have you managed to put any topics in?
I have not. Where is the link to the Lean Coffee board?
If you have a look at the chat, I put there should be the details of the call, but one of the Lean Coffee table link in. It's a nice piece of software. I found it really easy to use, especially when we're all online.
You might not have it if you posted it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Do you have it? Because he might not have it if you because you posted it.
I reposted it.
No.
Okay.
I see it here, and Lean Coffee Table is one of my favorite pieces of software. Yeah. I've been using it for years.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not using it with the current client, so today I'm gonna go in and go, we need to use Lean Coffee Table because we've got people in India, we've got people in North Carolina, people in Belgium, so it'd be good to. I think this works.
There you go.
Anyway,
I only just discovered it last month.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it before then.
Oh, okay. It's a great discovery, isn't it?
Definitely a great discovery.
So, Grace, where are you located?
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Can you hear me?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. I hear a lot of background noise.
Oh.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Oh.
I'm located in Nigeria. Yeah.
We're in Nigeria.
Lagos. The city that never sleeps.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful.
In Africa.
That's wonderful. Now they just started launching the Women in Agile in was it Nigeria? That's awesome.
Yes,
I thought I saw something about 6 months ago. That's fabulous. So,
yes, and I think Anu Gopal, I think she's one of the organizers. She's based in the US. Yeah.
Okay, and thank you so much for all your help. Scott, thank you so much for organizing all of this.
Uta's here. Excellent. I'm so excited to meet Uta.
Hi, great. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Uta. How are you?
Hi.
Uta, we're starting up a Lean Coffee Table board, and I've just put the link in the chat. Have you ever used that before?
Let me have a look.
So it should say Lean Coffee Table login, and Yeah. Has anyone managed to log in and add anything?
Yes, I have to set this up because I've don't have it in my yeah. I have to create a login.
Yes, it's okay. So just take as long as you want. Has anyone else managed to add anything?
Yes.
Okay, because there it is. Yeah, I didn't see anything getting added, so I wasn't sure if it was working. So yeah, I kind of forgot. Lean coffee is one of the biggest techniques I use, and I've just stopped using it. And when I did the video with Jim Benson the other day, he kind of reminded me about it again. And I said, "So what are you going to be doing for the festival?" And he said, "Lean coffees, of course."
There you go. It's such a great technique, isn't it?
I love the way that it democratizes things. So this
Yeah.
call isn't about me telling you things. It's about everyone. It's about us, a community, discussing things.
Absolutely. Now, Mimi, where are you located?
I'm based in London,
Oh,
in the
okay.
UK. Yeah.
And are you in the office? I see the Post-it notes behind you.
No, this is actually my bedroom wall. Listen, right now, my bedroom is my office, my chill out spot, my dining room, my everything. It's becoming crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I've got 5 children, and 3 of them live with my ex-wife, and they're older, so they're coming over for Christmas. And so I've just turned my office. You can't see it because I've got the background on. I've just put a kind of a fold-up bed in here, so
Yeah.
my son has a room.
Oh.
They're getting ready for the holidays. Yeah. So,
There you go. They're coming over to take over your house.
yeah, yeah.
So this is my professional wall. If I
Okay.
can't bother to put on a background, then at least it looks like some kind of like an office space.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm going to take my. Sorry.
I think it looks fabulous.
I'm going
Thank
to take my background off. There we
You,
go.
Ooh.
you can definitely pretend.
So about 3 years ago, my wife said, "Let's buy a house with an extra room for your office," and I went, "I wouldn't need an office." And then this year, it's like, I'm so glad that I didn't make you buy the cheaper house.
Yeah, I was lucky. I've been working from home off and on for the last couple of decades, so it wasn't a big shift for me. My kids were used to me working, but I realized I am in the basement, and just the lack of sunshine has been. You've got Post-it notes up on your wall too, Scott.
This is the Kanban board my son made for me. My son is 16, and the thing I love, I don't know if you can see it there, it says, "Hi Dad, hope you have a good day. Love from your family." So
Nice. That's sweet.
And that's never getting rubbed off.
Oh, I can see why.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy here now, just in my little room. My wife moved into. We got a large lounge, so she's moved downstairs into there because we couldn't really do 2 calls at the same time. Yeah, so it's yeah, and between that and the fact that all of our Christmas presents this year have been parcels, and she hasn't opened any yet, her office looks a little bit like an Amazon storage unit.
A story. One year, I ordered so many packages from Amazon for a neighborhood white elephant. We ordered 4 packages, and then I ordered everything for my family. And the UPS guy was coming so often that I finally just got him a gift card for Amazon to give him a present, because I saw the guy like every day for 2 weeks. So I thought he deserved it.
Okay. And does everyone manage to log in, or how are we doing?
I managed to log in, but I'm not so sure where I am here. I'm in the Lean Coffee table, and I think you can see my name on the list, right?
Oh, let me have a look. Yes, I can. And you've all, yeah, wonderful. And I think Grace has voted already. That's how good she is. So again, let's feel free to vote on the topics we want to speak about.
So where do I do that? Where do I vote on the topics?
So I think you, if you click a card, let me share my second screen. See if that. Give me a second. This might help if I share. Okay, so can everyone see my screen? Yeah. So what I'll go and vote now. So we've got the different topics here. So how is COVID with you? That's a little world topic. How many events? Okay, that'll be really. Who wrote that one? Or
how many events I did?
okay, so what were you thinking about that one there in terms of just how
As
many events
in-
we're going to have?
No, like how many events? Kind of like how many minimum events should we be doing? Should
Okay.
we be having multiple on a day?
Excellent.
Should we be that kind of thing?
Brilliant. And then what types of events, which is probably similar. Events here is.
Here's something I found on the web.
Grace.
Sorry, Alexa's talking. Don't know why. Alexa, stop. Okay. The one word events one. What's that about?
Just events generally.
Okay.
Like who should? Yes.
Yeah.
Who
Oh, you can
should,
merge
put
too.
up events?
Yeah, I think you can merge two. So let's. I don't remember how to merge them. Okay. And what we're excited about the festival. How do people need help? How can people set up their own event? And what do ambassadors need to know? So if you press the, I'm going to go here and here. And maybe that's a good one. Okay, so I've done my 3 votes. Mimi, you've got 3 votes to do. Steve, you voted once. And Uta, you voted twice. Okay, Uta's voted. Grace has voted.
Voted. Exhausted my 3 votes.
Okay. So once we've all voted, I'll start the discussion. And I really, really do like this tool.
Okay, I've voted now as well.
Excellent. Right. Let's start the discussion. And the top topic is what do the ambassadors need to know? I'm going to pull that over into discussing, and let's give that. We'll do 10 minutes to start with, and we'll see where we're at there. Okay, so I'll introduce this one because I popped it in. Part of the reason of these calls are to try and understand what might ambassadors need to know. I never assume that I've got all the answers or I know everything. So I'm really keen to understand what information people might need or might need pulled in. So that's the real intent behind this one. Yeah. And again, if anyone's got any great ideas or that, if we can add them onto the like almost like notes onto the ticket as well, then we have a record of this as well. So that's quite good. So yeah, what kind of things might people want to know or? Okay, let's start discussing. So how to get an event put on the website? Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's the easy thing to do. Let's just talk. I mean, again, it's there's only a few of us. We don't need to mute or. So who wants to start?
Discussing this particular point, or?
Yeah, I can't hear. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hi, Uta. I think Uta was trying to say something.
Uta, I think you're on mute.
I was just asking my husband to see if he can find my pen.
It's like, oh my
husband
God.
is actually sitting on the other side of the table.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
And we hijacked the house of of our sister-in-law. So
This is good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So what might ambassadors need to know? How to get an event put on the website. I think there's two ways to put events on the website, and this is interesting. So one is to self-host, and let's add it through the screen. And by self-host, I mean you set up your own meetup or your own Eventbrite. Remember, Eventbrite's free for free events, so it's really easy to do. So self-hosting is good in that way. I think it's particularly good if you're already got your own company and your own mailing list and things. So, or your own meetup. So again, if I run meetups. So this festival coming along is great for me because it gives me a choice of 200 speakers. It gives me a theme. It's going to globally advertise my meetup, and I really don't have to do that much. So what we've actually done, I'll flip over to the website now to show that a little bit, because it's probably easiest just to show you. So here's the website. If we click on festival, it takes us to the events. I tend to watch the events in list mode because I could just see them a lot better. And so again, if we look at the if we look at this event here, this is the Scaled London group that are doing this one. So here's Dean, and here's the meetup details, and I can click on here, and again it takes me to the actual event, and I can book it. So there's 132 people going to this event roundabout safe. So if you think about it, the London meetup, got that set up. We've advertised it centrally. It's going to be a great event, yeah. So again, go along there, talk to Dean, find out everything that happened in the journey to over the last 20 years. I think that's going to be interesting. Yeah. Okay. So the beauty of this as well is you've got your own mailing list. You're doing your own you're doing your own marketing. Here's another one. I'm talking at this one, and this is in Scotland with the Black, Asian, and other minority people, minority ethnic. I think the BMAE is the preferred UK term for I guess people with different backgrounds. So Sath and I are going to talk at that. And I'm talking about imposter syndrome again. Ishfaq runs that. It's a Glasgow meetup, and again you can link in there. So that's the first way. Second way is we've actually set up our own meetup now. So if you don't have a meetup set up, if you don't know how to do a meetup setup, just contact us and we will actually put you into our own meetup. I'll just show you that. So we've got our own meetup called the Global Agile 20 Reflect Festival, and again you can put your own events in there. So I've got so that's if you haven't got any infrastructure and you haven't got that and you don't want to do it. But we are encouraging our ambassadors to contact existing communities and try and pull them together as well. But I don't know, if I was in Nigeria and I wanted to put an event in, it means I don't have to set up a kind of a meetup or that. I can just use this and do there. Okay, that's how my answer. Do I want to discuss that? Do you think that's effective? Do you think that'll work? What's people's opinions?
I think that's fabulous, Scott. I love the way it's laid out. Is it easy to get a list of meetups for a particular time zone?
I think so. I was spamming them last night. So when you register as a meetup, let's see. Let me see how would I do that? Let's see. This is meetup. I'm guessing Explore might be the one.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because they all show up on
yeah.
Agile 20 Reflect. Meetup.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So where you register is usually where you are. I'm in Bathgate, Scotland. So Bathgate's is a little town in between Edinburgh and Glasgow. You might have heard it from the Proclaimers song, Bathgate No More.
Okay, I don't believe I have.
Yeah.
But I do know the oldest house in Edinburgh is the Mowbray House. Just
Really?
little piece of trivia
That's
okay,
where your blue
worthless
plaque.
piece of trivia.
That's where your blue plaque's going to be, Steve. And okay, so what to do is if you register with a meetup, anyone could do this, and then you can actually have a range thing here. So I can put
Okay.
any distance. Okay,
Got it.
and then I can put Agile, and I can put Washington. And there we go. So here's Boston area women in Agile, Washington business tech meetup. So lots of things will come up again just on the search items. So again, I could do Agile Nigeria. Will anything come up, Grace? Do you think any meetups there at the moment?
I do have one.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this one's in Pune, which is in India. So again, what's quite good is if the ambassadors register their own town and put the word Agile in, and and any distance, the closest ones coming up will be the ones nearest to them. Meetup was set up for a world where there wasn't online, so it's very kind of locality based, and so is LinkedIn. So when I share things on LinkedIn, it's not getting to the rest of the world; it goes to the UK. So there's a bit of a dilemma for me because a lot of our events in the UK are kind of UK focused at the moment, and that's only because I've been the one communicating initially. So the ripples came out from the UK, and there's a little bit of wave of energy going out there. But I think it's actually a good analogy because I think as the ripples are going out, I think the way they're getting a bit weaker as well. So the idea of the town halls and these things are to try and amplify that wave again as it's going around. Okay, and all right, so that's so that's good. There's two ways: self-hosting. Does anyone else want to speak for a bit whilst I make some notes?
You can also encourage organizations within your country that practice Agile to also come up with events, and they could put it on the calendar.
Yeah. I actually think that we might be struggling a little bit because generally Agilists don't like to come together that much. It's a bit odd. There seems to be, I think Agilists and groups of Agile are like magnets. They've got a north and a south. Right. This is it's an exciting bit. You should have a voting screen up now, so you can vote to extend, or you can. So everyone vote. Just click on the Roman voting. That's if you want to go longer. That's if you don't want to.
That's cool. Cool feature.
Yeah, and I'll give us another 5 minutes. There we go. Okay, so let's who hasn't talked. Let's bring all the voices in.
Chimonia is here from Zambia.
Hey, Antonia.
Hey, Mimi, how are you? Yeah,
I'm all right, thanks. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
yeah, good to see you again.
Right, let me repost. So we're actually doing a lean coffee board. Have you ever done that before?
No.
Right, let me stick it in the chat as soon as I can find out where the chat is. Here it is.
So Scott, what are your expectations of ambassadors? What should you like ambassadors to do? How can we serve?
Yeah, so three things. Really talk to the local meetups and events and try and bring people together. And some of that is also if events want to have speakers from around the world. We have about 250 speakers signed up who would like to talk in different places. So let's say I was in Vietnam, okay? And I might contact some existing organizations there and say, would you like to be part of the festival? And they say yes. And then I go, well, would you like some speakers? They say yes. And then I give them the list of 200 speakers. And then I'll have more details on the speakers than everyone else. There is a list on the website, but we haven't put personal details on there. So the ambassadors get the contact details. The other thing I would do is talk to companies and say, would you like to be involved? I know my own company's got, has got involved. Let me just, the key to the whole website here is anything you want to find, search on it. Don't try and navigate it through everything because there's so much there. So here's the speakers directory. Can everyone see that?
Yep.
And again, let's say I want to talk to someone from, I don't know, that talks in Spanish. You know, I can get all of the Spanish speaking speakers there. If I wanted to get someone who wants to talk about Kanban. Okay, I click on there and I get a sub list of everyone who's listed Kanban and the things they want to talk about. If I want, someone give me another topic, another Agile topic.
Leadership.
Leadership, nice one. So I could pop leadership in there. And again, here we go. So here's Giles of the Agile Leadership. Jenny over, Bob. And again, there's 42 speakers that want to talk on leadership. So yeah, powerful, eh? So ambassadors could do that. And the second thing is they can host their own events. So I'd like to see each of the ambassadors having at least one event in each of the countries. How many ambassadors have we got at the moment?
80, 87.
So imagine if we had 87 events from each of those ambassadors. So let's say here's Mia here in Sweden. Let's say we've got a Swedish event there. Who's this guy here?
Oh, it's always wearing those stupid hats.
Yeah. I think that's a fake picture. I think it's been. I think that one's definitely been doctored.
I look grumpy there, don't I?
Yeah.
Grace, I gave you a grumpy looking photo. I don't know why, but
Oh, it's lovely. It's cool.
So Scott, sorry I came in late, but I'm trying to find out from the list of speakers, if let's say as an ambassador, I want to engage one of the speakers that is based, let's say from the DC region, is it okay to ask the person to speak in my event, or do I just need to find my own speakers and let my speakers speak?
It's completely encouraged. So remember the theme of this is bringing people together.
Right.
Yeah. So I would love to have people from the Western world speaking in the rest of the world, people from the rest of the world speaking in the US. Last thing we need is like an Esther Darby talk in Washington, or a kind of a Daniel Mezek talk in Boston. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I
think you're in Ghana. One of the organizations that I do some work with, I help them build a website called Gapbusters. They do some work in Ghana. I would love to chat with you about that and get you connected with them.
Okay, I will. I've seen your connection.
This is great. You see, these are connections we want to build.
What face-to-face can do.
Okay.
Emails can do them.
I'm going to finish the topic and we can go on the next one, which is actually quite linked, I think. And we'll give this one 10 minutes. Okay. Was it Mimi? You asked this one. Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I know that the whole idea is to have many events that people go to, but I'm just wondering if we should have an idea of maybe a cap on the number of events so that people are more concentrated on going to those events rather than having so many, or if the idea is to have as many as possible and on as many different topics as possible so that there's a whole number of events anyone can go to at any one time. And my thinking behind that is that if we have 1 million events, there'd be maybe low numbers at each of the events because there's so many different events. But then is that something we're thinking about, considering that they're going to be recorded and put online anyway? So that means anyone can tap into any event that they want to after it's been aired. And that's kind of my line of thinking with this question. That's
an absolutely great question. So I'm probably going to go to about 10 events. Okay, and so that means I'm really not going to be able to go to all of the events, which is okay. So the whole idea is that we get recordings of the events because they're online, and we publish them into YouTube under a Creative Commons. Okay, so that the Creative Commons means anyone can use them anywhere in the world.
Okay.
So, and I think this is going to be exciting. It'll be like TED Talks.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So So I plan to spend my next 10 years just watching events from this festival.
Makes sense.
And the other thing is we're encouraging our academic people in that to perhaps own them longer term, so that this could be a resource for anyone studying Agile or the Agile phenomenon or things. Yeah, so this is going to be really powerful. We haven't actually fixed the question of how to do that. I'm going to take a note on that because I think we could probably have some kind of upload website. Also, I'm not sure how many YouTube videos you get before the YouTube says you're out your storage, but the other thing is, we have a channel at the moment, which I'm quite proud of. Learn Tour gets everywhere. It's crazy. So we have this already, and we've got little playlists in there. We've got some really nice talks that that people can watch. I think I did an ambassadors playlist here. So if you're a new ambassador, there's a kind of playlist here, and you can just go through who is that handsome guy. I don't know. but you can actually get an introduction to everything we're doing, and this will so there's videos there where Grace and I talk through how to add an event. We've also got some of our Patreon talks, which is really interesting. I really recommend Lisa Atkins' one. Very powerful. This is one of my favorite ones. Dave and I talking about how to discuss with people that you don't actually like. I don't know if anyone knows Dave Snowden. He's kind of famously critical of a lot of things. And again, this actually discusses how his debating style was formed from his childhood, and being at grammar school, and then joining the debating teams and things. So that was quite a nice talk. Anyway, so those videos are going to be powerful longer term. I'm really quite excited about that, and this is creating this resource. My best friend died last year, Martin Burns, and let me see if I can navigate this over to show you his picture on the wall, because he laughs at me a lot. So there's Martin and I.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, Martin Burns was fairly big in the UK here, but again, Martin got criticized a lot because he was an advocate of SAFE. And even within our local community, there was a lot of tension over that. And one of the things I try to do with the festival is bring people of different types of agility together, so we can get out of this, we get out of this critical mode, and come together and share. So if you're on the website and you look at Jim Benson's talk, he's talking about, for years he criticized Scrum from his Kanban point of view, and now he cares less. He's he's much more relaxed about it, and he's actually taking back some of his words that he said in the past. Mm-hmm. Just so we can kind of move to more of a kind of a central position. So that's again what the festival's really trying to do. Right, I'm conscious I'm talking too much. Does anyone else got any thoughts on that?
I think it would be really interesting to maybe have a list of the event, a list of the videos once they've been done on the website, but maybe not the actual videos, maybe links to the videos, because
Yes.
I can't imagine how much storage you're going to need on the back end to be able to host all of those videos.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
something that you can search specifically on the website. But then again, I don't know who's doing the website. I don't want to give them extra work because all of these ideas gives people extra work.
Ash is now Ash is watching this and now smiling. So I need to call out Ash and Carl here. I knocked up a very quick Google form, and then from another Google form it became 2 Google forms, and then it became like a really ugly website off the Google form. And then very quickly we kind of scaled it up into the point where it was horrible because it was all Google based. It didn't work in China or anything. And Ash literally contacted me, and he's an architect. I think I might actually call him up here because he needs an advert.
Yeah, but I'm one of the webmasters for North America, and with WordPress we can load everything into YouTube, and we can make them searchable on YouTube or private on YouTube. They'll take just gobs and gobs of videos, and then we can just link them from the WordPress site. So
yeah.
So Mimi, I think it will be great, and we should be able to have all those there.
Would you like to help with that, maybe?
I wouldn't mind, actually. I do have a little bit of experience with WordPress. I've created a couple of very, very, very basic websites, but I have an idea of how it works.
So what we need someone to think about the archiving solution from a customer centric point of view and just own it as like a product owner. So I think you just got the job.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay.
So
it would be interesting to be a product owner. I've never done that before. I've worked with many product owners, but
I've never run a global online festival before. We're all learning. Okay. So on the screens, Ash, and I need to say this, Ash rewrote the website. Okay. Ash and Carl became a bit of a team there. And he's hosting it and paying for it. So not only did he deliver it, he's hosting it and paying for it.
That's awesome.
And that's the kind of thing we've had from multiple people, around the world. Just whilst we're on here, one thing I'd say is everyone in the festival, it'd be really quite exciting if you listed your job titles in here. So this is the let me view it as a member. So
my friends and family already think I'm crazy. They think I've found a new job after finding one recently, and I'm going to have to make a post saying I haven't left my job. I've just taken this on as an extra opportunity, and it's exciting. People are gonna start hating me, I'm sure, because I'm gonna start talking about Agile so much more.
Yeah, but see if all the ambassadors and everyone who's been involved in this, and again, maybe now our product owner for the archiving strategy, just put your titles in here. Yeah, and there's a couple of things. One is it means when we notify anyone, we can just add a straight link. There's that guy again. Who is he?
He looks so grumpy.
Yeah, but see, LinkedIn's a bit unpredictable about when you'll see things or not. So the great thing here as well is when I put a post, I can click the button and it goes to everybody. So that's quite good. Yeah, yeah, it's amazing, everyone here, and yeah. Absolutely.
Mimi, don't worry about. I'm sure you'll survive. I got hated so much in my life for talking about Agile, but first people hate you, and afterwards, actually, a person came back after 8 years to say sorry.
Wow. Really?
Yes. So don't worry.
After all, they appreciate in the end, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's giving me some hope.
but Mimi, I'm a newbie compared to you, so I'm learning the trends. Just do what you have to do.
Yeah, and now there's another subtext on this festival, and I think we're collecting a global community as well, which is interesting. And what we do about that global community is going to be interesting, because I can't see we get to the 20th of February and we all decide never to speak together again. I think we're going to energize some really exciting things. I think there's probably some great social things coming out of this that we can move forward. And again, that's the bringing people together, the connection bit. So in terms of maybe it's good to go and look at the principles here. So we actually came up with some principles, and it was actually Luke Holman said to me, why don't you start at the beginning? There was lots and lots of discussion about what we were doing in the festival, and Luke said, well, why don't you just come up with some simple principles that people can fit into?
I love the principles, by the way. Honestly, I really love the idea of having principles for the festival.
Yeah, and I think we could always refine these, but this is quite good because it's first of all, it says we're not a conference, we're an ecosystem, which I think is very true. It's free to everyone, so again, I think in this times where there's so many people unemployed, that's a really good thing. Locally created, so I'm a bit worried that I've been trying not to do things in the UK because I'd like to see the balance and the content of events all over the world. So it'd be very easy for the USA and the UK to dominate this. Okay, so that's the reason we've got so many USA and UK speakers, and we want them to speak all over the world. We want things set up. The other thing is Agile Alliance will help you set a meetup up. So if you want to set a meetup up, and there isn't one in your country or your city, Agile Alliance will help with that. If you're going to run a large event, Agile Alliance have a 500 person Zoom account. So again, they'll lend it to the festival to use.
Okay.
And really got a shout out here to PMI, Agile Alliance, Scrum Alliance. So Scrum Alliance, I've got an event going to be in the actual Snowbird room, and they're going to do that with us. So
nice.
back in and obviously the Safe Fellows and everything else that are doing lots of things. So this is really quite. It's everyone coming together to work on this. But the local ambassadors, really want them to create local events and help seed local events. And again, it's probably seeding events. It's not, at least they could run one themselves, but seeding local events, perhaps doing local lean coffees. I really enjoyed the African ambassadors talk, where we were talking about the problems with agility in Africa. I thought that was really powerful. It's got 152 views already. That's the kind of thing that I want in the archive, so we could look back at it and see the early days of Agile. Again, we want it to be accessible and inclusive. So if you're in Mexico City and you talk Spanish, do your event in Spanish. Why try and host something in a second language? Yeah, be proud of your own language and your own locality. Community funded. So again, we didn't really want to have a load of large sponsors on this. We just wanted everyone to chip in. And thank you, Uta, for your donation. But again, all the money we're doing it's going to be circulated around about into like a few of the things that have helped. So I think the biggest thing just now is we've had great logos and graphics and templates and things, and the people doing that, we're going to give them some money out of the donations. Any of the hosting that we need to do, we'll take that out of donations as well. So the volunteer speakers, my biggest fear just now is we don't engage with the list of volunteer speakers. So for whatever reason, all the ambassadors set up local events and we don't build bridges and we don't get the other speakers in. And I'm not convinced that whole process is slick enough, and it's something we're going to be looking at as a trustee group to see if we can make it easier. And the other thing is that perhaps we can access if any of the speakers haven't been contacted, perhaps we can ask them to host their own events or host them in the central thing. But we really are encouraging localities to pull these great speakers in, and we've tried to make it as easy as possible. Okay, that's right. Next topic. I think we've covered it, which is how can people set up their own events. we've done that one, and we've done events. How are we doing for time? So we're on the last bit.
We've got 11 minutes.
Yeah, let's talk about, let's just change the tact and let's talk about COVID, where you are, and we'll do that for 5 minutes. So really just, yeah, how's COVID, how are you getting on with the COVID epidemic? I'll start here. We've been quite locked down. My wife and I had like flu symptoms again, COVID symptoms again about a month ago. I came out of it quite quickly. She's struggled a little bit, so she's just getting better now. But it's effectively meant we've kept the kids out of nursery, so they've been in the house, and we've all been kind of quarantined for about a month. So I'm going slightly mentally health crazy. Everything's locked down here. It's very difficult to go out and do anything social. And Christmas in Edinburgh was always quite exciting because we're going down to the Christmas markets and we'd do all that stuff, and it's all cancelled. Hogmanay is always is our New Year celebration in Edinburgh, and it's always a kind of showcase thing, and it brings probably billions in. So Edinburgh's famous for two things: the Edinburgh Festival and the Hogmanay festivals, and both of those were cancelled this year. So I really, it's kind of dark. We're stuck in the house, and there's nowhere to go, and I think that's really affecting people. And I'm lucky because I'm working. Other people aren't working, so there's real stress in the UK on this. And then we got Brexit coming. Yeah, so that's me. Where's everyone else?
I'm struggling, but not necessarily because I can't go anywhere in the UK. It's because I can't leave the UK. I'm very used to traveling. Sometimes I get bored and then I just pick the cheapest flights and go somewhere for the day and come back. Or I might find like a cheap overnight deal and then go and explore some random country. The worst part of it for me is that I can't justify going back home to my home country because of all the COVID tests I've got to do and the amount it's going to cost. So I don't have to get a visa, which saves money. I can find a cheap flight, but then the COVID test bumps up the cost so much. And then it's like, there's so many things that I want to plan for that just it's just so much thinking now to travel. And I think that's, oddly enough, that's the part of the whole COVID situation that's stressing me out the most.
Yeah.
Just having to think so much about traveling, where before it could be really a spur of the moment thing. I could just pick up and go. Now it's like, when I come back, do I have to quarantine? Do I not have to quarantine? And yeah, too much decision make, too much complexity now with traveling for me.
That's the other bit. We usually spend Christmas in Mexico with my wife's parents in Mexico City, and I usually go to local meetups and things. So I'm missing all of that as well. So I love, we usually head out there, do a couple of days on the beach somewhere, Cancun, and then we head up to Mexico City. So missing that. I've been missing all my extended family. Yeah, travel's bad. Yeah. Who else has got?
So for me, Mimi, I think you're gonna be jealous. I'm back in your country.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but I'm back in Ghana.
Oh my gosh. I feel like everyone's going to be there and I'm not. That's how I feel right now.
After 9 months of being in lockdown, I was in lockdown with my family back in the US. And luckily, we just managed to get out of the UK before the second wave hit really hard. So we're back in Ghana, and Ghana is nice and warm. We can, I'm sorry, it's cool. It's better than being in the US. The US was stressful. We're indoors with 2 kids and parents-in-law in one space, and it was nice to be with them. But just the whole thing of not doing anything, and then it was just mentally stressful. But we're back to be in Ghana and enjoying it.
My mom and my siblings are there now. They're enjoying, they're sending me videos while they're out buying fresh juice, buying coconuts, eating mango.
I'm sorry.
Mimi, I must make you jealous as well, because I'm also in Africa. I'm actually in Namibia.
I was meant to go this year. I had my ticket booked to go to South Africa and Namibia. It was supposed to be a church mission trip. And got cancelled. I was so upset. So we've been planning it I'd done all the organization for it. We'd booked hotels, we'd booked excursions, and it all got cancelled. So yeah, I was meant to go to a conference in Nigeria that got cancelled. Yes, it's not a good year for me travel-wise.
Yeah,
Next year will be better.
How's Namibia doing though with the COVID situation?
At the moment, they don't have any lockdowns, and at the moment they still haven't many cases, but I think it's rising. So we have to check that we get out home before they close the airports again, because in March we got caught in lockdown in South Africa, so we don't want that again.
Yeah.
But up to now, they're really happy to. They still. It's summer. It's hot and summer, so.
Where are you from originally, Uta?
I'm from Germany actually, but my family lives here. We moved here about 50 years ago.
Wow.
And I'm back in Europe, but I have to look after my old parents from time to time. My father is very old, so yeah. Grace is also from.
It's good.
Yeah. Grace is also in Ghana, right? Or Nigeria?
No, I'm in Nigeria, yes. We had a lockdown for close to 7 months. It wasn't funny. 2020 was going to be my year of really touring and holidaying, probably Mauritius, probably Dubai or Cape Town. And my dream would have been Bahamas, but I thought it was going to be a beautiful year, but it's all good. So family indoors mostly. The lockdown wasn't funny at all. It wasn't. I hope COVID ends soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all lost a lot. And not just COVID. I think that just the employment situations and things have been so hard for so many people. It's particularly hard in our industry, which is quite odd because it's. I think we need to reflect and respond to that, because what we used to do before COVID, kind of co-locating teams and landing in organizations and kind of doing that corporate input, and that this isn't the model anymore. So we need to work out what models do work through experimentation. Steve, how's US in transition?
The U.S. is going ups and downs, because I think we're the one country that where half the population just doesn't believe COVID really exists, right? It's just a hoax. But luckily, my family and I we've been really blessed. I have a 10-year-old son who has adapted well. He's very good natured. He misses his friends. I have a 16-year-old daughter who wants to continue social distancing until high school is over, and both my wife and I have been able to work. So life is pretty good, and we have a lot of good neighbors. So we have some support, and we have a large field behind our house.
Nice.
I mean a huge, huge
nice.
field. And we've had a couple of neighborhood events there. We did a Halloween event. We did another summer picnic event where we did a variety of outdoor games and stuff like that, all socially distanced and responsible. And I feel somewhat irresponsible because I just came back from New York. I went to New York City, which is kind of like a hot spot right now, but I was very careful and cautious, and it was amazing to go to the museums when they're at 15 to 25% capacity, because I was able to stand in front of a Starry Night from Picasso for 10 minutes, pretty much by myself, and nice. it was just really it was really amazing. It was really surreal. So all in all, things are okay here.
I knew you had a field, Steve, because when I saw that man, I went, that man's outstanding in his field.
Guys, I'm going to have to run. I've got my first stand-up with one of my teams at 9 o'clock. So I need to go and prepare.
I need to go as well and earn some money.
Lovely
speaking.
This has been absolutely awesome.
Awesome.
This is great.
Steve, I'll get to connect with you soon.
Please do. I look forward to reading. Grace, thank you so much for all of your help and support. You're doing so much work on the back end.
Yeah.
I know.
Definitely.
Great to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Scott,
Nice to meet
a
you.
pleasure.
Bye now.
Nice to meet you.
Take
Good to see you
Bye.
See you
again,
later, guys.
Uta.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.